Sicilia sono, la guardano con grandi meraviglia, vicino che non c'è nato tutto il mondo, e sulla cala nostra s'assimiglia, la conca d'oro e chi sta cascia luci, sotto la neve voce per giurriri, sparano farola sole anche a luci, la napo scorre in mezzo ai papiri. Sicilia, Sicilia, canta una pastureggia, Sicilia, Sicilia, mormora fontaneggia, l'aria non soli inchino, l'arma di poesia, Sicilia, Sicilia, tu sei la terra mia.
Hi, I'm Carlos and I'm the Accidental Chef, and welcome to the Accidental Chef Cooking School Cooking Show. We're so glad you're here today because we're going to cook something wonderful and fresh and summery and easy to prepare, because that's what we love to do. We love for you to cook. We want you to find on our blog, accidentalcookingblog.com, recipes that are easy for you to achieve and be successful cooking at home. So let's begin with a good tempered skillet. I always like to use an ironclad skillet or cookware because it gets good even heat through the bottom. So what we're going to do first, because this is a very simple recipe, is we're going to grill our chicken breast. So I've got my skillet up a little. I've added a little bit of olive oil to that. I'm going to bring my heat up a little bit more, and I'm going to add a little bit of butter, just so it gives it nice flavor, okay? And let that do it. Now, the great thing about butter and olive oil together is that olive oil doesn't get terribly hot, so it will control the viscosity of the butter and keep it from burning. You know, you can't use really olive oil to make a roux because it doesn't get hot enough in order to make the roux. So while that warms up, I'm going to fillet or butterfly, if you will, my chicken breasts. These are nice boneless, skinless breasts. I'm going to take a fillet knife and I'm going to start on the broad side like that, tuck my fingers in so I don't cut them off like that, and I've got a nice butterflied. That is, you can see why they call it butterfly. I've opened it up. It's made it nice and much thinner, so it's going to grill much nicer. So I'm just going to do this other one like that. Keep my fingers out of the way. And you just kind of pull it through, and just until you've got it just about that. Now you could cut them completely apart if you wanted. You wouldn't really have to leave them intact, but I like to leave them intact because they're easier to manage in the skillet. Okay? All right. Now, I'm just going to give them a little seasoning, a little coarse salt like that, and a little cayenne pepper. Now, if you want, you could use a seasoning mix, but here we go. Get that, bring my heat way up now that I've got something in there, and it won't scorch. All right. Make sure you place them where you want them, because once you place them, they're pretty much there for the duration. All right, bring that around this way. There we go. All right. Now, this recipe is very simple and very easy to cook. I'm going to use linguine today for the salad, just for the fun of it. You know, there's about 600 shapes of pasta. So rather than using a ragatoni or a squirrely pasta or some other pasta, I'm going to use the linguine, which I've broken into 4 pieces. The reason I do that is because when you're eating the salad and managing with a fork without a knife, you want your pasta to be easily dinged. So I'm going to bring my heat up under my water. I'm going to add a little salt to it. There we go. Let that come to a boil. So now I'm going to begin to prep my salad. Okay? First off, I'm going to put it in a decorative bowl. This is a nice crystal bowl. I love crystal bowls, so I've got lots of them. So I'm going to cut the ends off of this thing, and I'm just going to make sort of a wall of lettuce leaves, just to kind of make this a green bowl to put my garden fresh salad in. Okay, I'm just going to use these nice tall leaves like that all the way around my salad bowl. There we go. My salad will be all in the middle. It'll be real pretty. Kind of break them so they lay flat. All the same length. There we go. We've got a nice kind of decorative bowl. You know, we eat with our eyes first, so if you want it to be pretty, you want your kids to eat it, to kind of minimize that it looks the least amount of yuck as possible. So there we go, a nice green bowl to put our stuff in there. Okay, so we'll start with all our vegetables that we're going to do this, and I'm going to use this new cutting board that I have that is wonderful. Two things I'm doing here. I'm using a separate cutting board from the chicken, because chicken can be very contaminating, so you want to be real careful. So I'm putting my linguine in here to boil, and I'm going to set my timer for 6 minutes, and I'm just going to want that to be just right, okay? I'm going to stir that like that, very nice, okay? And I just remembered I need my special spoon to get that out later. But I'm going to start with my artichokes, and I've got my nice knives here. I'm going to use my pretty blue thing, and I'm just going to coarse chop these. Now these are artichoke hearts. They're fully cooked and they're ready to eat, so they don't need a lot of attention, and you don't want to break them up too small. Okay? And look how fun that is. You just tilt it and pour it in. Fun, fun. Then I'm going to add my asparagus. Now these asparagus, I've cut the tip off. These are very tender, small asparagus. I like to call them pencil asparagus because they're nice and trim. Never be afraid to cut off lots of the bottom of the asparagus, because that hard white part was never going to get tender, so don't frustrate yourself or the asparagus. And I've blanched these in the microwave for 3 minutes, and they're nice and tender. Okay? Made them into nice bite sizes, and then I'm just going to add that to my bowl. Okay? All right. And then I'm going to take my zucchini, okay, like this. And I'm going to cut it into 3 strips, and then cross-cut it into small bite-sized pieces. Zucchini are always fresh and beautiful in the summertime. You know, when you make a salad, you're making with whatever it is that you have. All right, put that in there. Okay. All right. I saw this carrot in the market yesterday, and I just couldn't resist it. So I'm going to put that in there. Make a nice crunch. Now, I didn't peel it, I just scrubbed it real good so we didn't lose any of the nutrients that are in the peelings of vegetables. Okay. All right. Crunchy carrot. So I'm going to just make little pieces, about 1/4 of an inch, about the same size. Smelling my chicken that's browning very nice. About ready to turn that over, about 4 minutes on each side. Give me a nice yummy. Okay. There we go. Isn't that beautiful, the way that just browns up? Give that a good stir, make sure everything is separating. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Got a few more minutes on that. Okay, we've got that doing nicely. Now let's do our tomatoes. Use my paring knife. Actually, I'm going to use my tomato knife. It's always good to have a nice serrated edge for tomato to get through the skin. There we go. Cut them in half. And then again, I'm using aroma tomato. Like that. Cut that way. Then across again. Small pieces. Some nice festive color to our salad. This is a nice, fresh salad. All right. Turn this down just a little and finish cooking and not brown too much, but cook throughout. Oh, I've got this marvelous new gadget. Let me see if I can find it. One day, all my stuff will go back in the drawers they go in. Here it is. It's my little pasta tester. This will tell me 2 servings, 1 serving, and then it's got this little hook. So I can go down with my hook and get 1. That's a little more difficult because this is cut so short. But maybe I can catch 1. Ha-ha. There we go. And I can test it. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to turn that off. Shut off my timer. And I'm just going to pull my pasta out with my nice big spider web. Let it drain right into there. There we go. While my chicken is cooking. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, I think I've got all my pasta out of there. It does a very good job of getting just about every piece. Okay, now I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil to that. Now, I like to season my pasta once it comes out, so I add a little salt, a little cayenne, and then I'm just going to toss that real good and set it off aside to cool. All right. Check our chicken. Very nice. Very nice. Let's see, we'll check our temp. You know, chicken needs to be about 160. Let's see what we got on here. Now you have to make sure when you use the thermometer that you go into the meat and you're not touching the bottom of the skillet, because you won't get a real indicator there if you do. All right? I've decided to make this a little easier on us, and I'm going to put all my stuff in here and mix it and then move it to the decorative bowl. So let me just pull my lettuce out and transfer all that to my decorative bowl. To my mixing bowl. All right. You know I'm the accidental chef, so I'm always kind of changing. All right. Let's put a little bit more zucchini. All right. Now the recipe calls for onion tops, but today I'm going to use parsley instead of onion tops because the parsley is so fresh this time of the year. It's a salad. You know, a salad's mostly whatever you have in the fridge. That's my rule on what I put in a salad. Kind of survey the landscape. All right. Okay, now we're going to cut our peppers. I'm going to use my paring knife, and I'm just going to cut around my peppers around the seed pod. This is a pretty yellow pepper. See, that way all my seeds stay with the pepper and I don't have to worry about that. Then I'm just going to make nice julienne strips like this. Okay. And it looks like my chicken is at temp, so I'm going to cut it off like that. Okay. Cut these into bite-sized pieces. Now I'm going to add some color. I'm going to use a red one. They're beautiful and flavorful. I'm also going to use an orange one. Nice summery colors and flavors and the such. There we go. All right. Nice strips. The julienne strips can be as slender as you want them to be. You know, at the Accidental Chef, we learn to cook, we have fun, and we want you to learn to cook, and we want you to have fun cooking, because if it's not fun, who wants to do it? And so, you know, USA Today said that we were convivial, and that means that we like to have fun. So if you will visit our blog at accidentalcookingblog.com, you will find out the recipes that we're cooking today so that you can mimic them at home and be a successful cook at home. Or you can follow us on our blog and learn all kinds of interesting things about food and food preparation, food activities in the area and around the country. So all that's on our blog, accidentalcookingblog.com. So I'm just going to pull those out of the skillet here, allow them to cool a little so they'll be ready to slice and put in our salad. All right. Okie dokie. Well, now let's make our dressing. Now this dressing is very simple. When I was, my children were small, we needed to have some kind of a dip for them. So I made a dip, and this is what I did. I took some sour cream, and I took some mayo, okay? And I took some Creole seasoning. Very simple, very delicious. A little bit of Tabasco. I'm using the green today, but you can use whichever one you like. And then you just blend it. Okay? Now, for your dressing, for your salad, you can use this. I also sometimes use a ranch product. There's a spicy ranch product I've seen that looks a lot like this. So I think that you could add some lemon juice to that if you wanted, or just anything you wanted, but it's real simple, real quick, and real tasty. So that's going to be our dressing for our salad. Okay, so now we've got that. We're going to set our salad aside. I'm going to add the capers. Very nice. Make sure you always rinse your capers because they're in a brine. That can be tricky. I'm going to add my pasta now. Okay. There we go. Now, once I mix this salad, I will refrigerate it. Okay? Look at that beautiful salad with the pasta, mostly vegetables. Al fresco means fresh. So isn't that beautiful, huh? Gosh, what a beautiful thing. Now, you can add other cheeses. You could add a Romano cheese or a Parmesan cheese or any sort of feta cheese if you would like. I'm going to add my dressing now. Comme ça. Very easy, very tasteful. All right. I'm going to add a little bit more salt. Very nice. And then a little bit of red pepper. Just a little because there's a lot of zest in there. So I'm going to add my parsley. See, more nice colors. Gosh, what a beautiful thing, huh? So I'm just going to toss that around. Now the recipe gave me almost 2 cups of dressing, so that should be more than enough to coat all our pasta and our beautiful vegetables. Beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? Yum, yum, yum. Okay, we'll just set that aside. And now we'll slice our chicken into bite-sized pieces so that we can have a nice chicken Alfresco salad. Remember that your guests are eating with this probably without a knife, so you want every bite to be the size that's very easy to pick up with a fork. Okay? Add that. Okay. Now sometimes, you know, a lot of people have a lot of different things that they're allergic to or something, so it's always good to use fresh product, you know its origin, use it from its original state so you don't get any sort of seasoning or that. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to reserve one of my chicken breasts in case one of my guests is on some sort of lean diet that doesn't need to have the pasta or the salad dressing. All right, so we've added that to that, and we're just going to combine that together now with the chicken. Isn't that beautiful? Chunky chicken. Now, you could use grilled tuna if you wanted in here, or you could use shrimp, or just about anything, or you could use it al fresco with no meat at all. Is that a beautiful thing? Now we'll get our bowl and we'll set up our beautiful bowl. All right, there we go. Set my leaves up around the edge. Again, isn't that pretty? Remember, any of our cooking things that you see today, if you want more information about them, you go or visit our blog, accidentalcookingblog.com, and there you will find all the wonderful things that you want to eat and have with that. Okay, so I've got my leaves there, and I'm just going to start putting my dressing in there. Hold my leaves straight until I get them all in there. There we go. Just put that in there. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like I said, if you wanted to add cheese, you certainly could add cheese. You could just about add anything that you want to this. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Remember, all of our recipes are on our blog at accidentalcookingblog.com. We are the Accidental Chef Cooking School. I am the Accidental Chef, so I want to pull those up. Make my salad bowl real as festive as my salad. It's a little hard there. Get that up. There we go. See, it just enhances the beauty of the salad by having that little bit of lettuce around the edge. I push my salad back like that to fill that in there. Bet you didn't think all that salad would fit in that bowl, but it certainly has. Okay, and just sort of finish that up like that. What a beauty it is. Okay, there we go. A beautiful alfresco salad, the perfect meal for a hot summer night on the patio. Remember, the Accidental Chef, the Accidental chefcookingblog.com. Visit us, learn more, bring out the inner chef in you. And we thank you for visiting us today on the Accidental Chef Cooking School Cooking Show.